The collapse in the bank stocks is continuing, guys. In fact, it's getting worse. We have to break that down in this video, and of course, we're going to go over the markets in general, other stocks that I'm looking at, and where my head is at. So if you all find value, hit the like button, make sure to subscribe, and do not forget to get up to 17 stocks for Moomoo. If you use that link down below and open up an account, you get 1 free share of stock. If you deposit at least $100, you get 4 more free shares of stock, plus 2 more shares of either ticker symbol AI or BBAI. It's free money, guys. And if you deposit at least $1,000, get this, you get another 10 stocks, totaling 17 stocks from Moomoo. And again, guys, that's linked right down below, and it is an affiliate link. So once you get your free stocks, it also helps out the channel. I appreciate you all as always. And now let's get into it. So the crazy thing is the overall markets today are doing pretty well. We have the S&P 500 and the Dow Jones each up about 0.75%, and they're up a lot from the lows of the day. You guys can see SPY was at 380 in the pre-market. Now it's pushing 390, so it's up 2.3% from that pre-market low. We have Triple Q, which is up, I think, 1.4%. Yeah, this thing is up from 284 pre-market low now to 292. It's almost up 3% from that point, and the Russell's the only index that's in the red. You guys can see here the Russell's down 0.3%, which earlier in the day it was down a lot more. So the markets are recovering from their lows, and it looks like the Russell, well, the Russell might go green, but all the other indexes are heavily in the green. And we have the VIX now up over 5%, as we have silver. Get ready for this, guys. The metals, my goodness, silver's up 7% today, as we have gold up over 2.5%, which I'm not surprised that these are moving up today. Gold's back over 1,900 an ounce. It looks like it's getting ready to go back to 2,000, guys, or at least to go back up to test the highs here from back in the end of January, early February, being about 1975. And silver looks like, if I pull that chart up, it is heading back to the highs, or at least to test the highs here from a couple weeks ago, being 22.50 an ounce. Maybe it starts going back to the mid-20s an ounce right now. So the markets are bouncing back pretty nicely, and we did get news from Janet Yellen, the Fed. They issued a statement we're going to talk about in a second, that they are going to be giving back all of the money deposited by the SVB depositors. We're going to get into that in a second here. So that could be a reason why the market is rebounding, but it looks like the bank stocks in general are not buying the fact that everything's okay now. It looks like they're pricing in contagion, and we can pull some of these up. You guys are going to see, of course, Silicon Valley Bank. This thing is down, ticker symbol SIVB. This thing's not even trading right now. It's down from about over $300 a share recently. Now it's at $33 a share, not good at all. We have FRC, which is First Republic Bank. This thing is down 71% right now, $58 a share in the red. This stock was just at $150 about a month ago. Now it's at $23. It hit a low of $17 on the day. That is brutal. Another one that you probably didn't think would fall is Charles Schwab. Charles Schwab on the day, guys, is down 8.5%, but earlier in the day, it was down way more. It was at $44 in the pre-market. Now it's at $54 for reference. And a couple of weeks ago, the stock was well over $80. So Charles Schwab now is getting hit pretty hard. It's down about, at one point, it was down 50% from 86 down to $44. That is brutal. We also have here, of course, the New York Signature Bank, or SBNY is the ticker here, Signature Bank. This thing is down on the day. This was over $140 about a couple weeks ago. Now it's under $70. It's at 65. It looks like it's been halted. Let me pull this up on the intraday. Actually, it hasn't even been trading today. This thing, of course, got seized on Sunday. You guys probably heard the news. So SBNY is not doing well. We have WAL getting slaughtered. This is Western Alliance Bancorp. It's down 58%, down to $20. It's down over almost $30 a share on the day. That's insane. We have ticker symbol ZION, Zion's Bank Corporation. This is down almost 17% right now, and earlier in the day it was down to $22. It's at 34 now, so it's down. At one point it was down 43% on the day. That's brutal. We have PACW, which is Pacific, or Pac West, whatever, Bancorp. It's down 30%. So these regional banks, guys, are getting destroyed because of the fears of contagion. We had SVB, go under. Now we have Signature Bank. A lot of these other banks now are pricing in the same fate that the banks that went under had. That's kind of what's going on right now. And let's actually zoom over here to the statement from the Federal Reserve, the Treasury, which kind of is giving hope, I guess, to the market today, which is why the market is running, even though these bank stocks are not running. I mean, they're doing very poorly. We can see here the Federal Reserve, the following statement was released by Secretary of the Treasury Janet Yellen. This was, I believe, on Sunday. Yeah, yesterday we got this, or maybe it was Saturday. Either way, they said we are taking decisive actions to protect the U.S. economy by strengthening public confidence in our banking system. This step will ensure that the U.S. banking system continues to perform its vital roles of protecting deposits and providing access to credit to households and businesses in a manner that promotes strong and sustainable economic growth. After receiving a recommendation from the boards of the FDIC and the Federal Reserve and consulting with the president, Secretary Yellen approved actions enabling the FDIC to complete its resolution of Silicon Valley Bank in a manner that fully protects its depositors. All depositors, right? Depositors will have access to all of their money. You guys can see that right here. Starting Monday, which is today, March 13th, no losses associated with the resolution of Silicon Valley Bank will be borne by the taxpayer. That's a good sign. That's good news. And they're also announcing a similar systematic risk exception for Signature Bank, which we talked about, of New York, which was also closed on Sunday by its state chartering authority, and all depositors of this institution will be made whole. As with the resolution of Silicon Valley Bank, no losses will be borne by the taxpayer. Shareholders and certain unsecured debt holders will not be protected. Of course, if you're a shareholder, you are prone to that stock price getting destroyed, which right now all these bank stocks, not the major ones like JPM and some of the other ones, but the regional banks, they're getting destroyed. So if you're a shareholder, of course, you're not going to be protected. If you're a debt holder, unsecured debt holder, not going to be protected. So that's a good sign for the depositors of Silicon Valley Bank, Signature Bank, and we'll see what other banks the Fed here puts a backstop to. We'll see how that ends up going, but good news for these banks, right? And of course, the stock market is running on this news. And the regional banks, though, they're not doing well because they could be next. We don't know which one is going to implode next. And think about it, guys. When there's uncertainty, when people don't know what's going to happen next, they rather just get out of the stocks, right? Because again, shareholders and certain unsecured debt holders, they're not going to be protected, right? That's just the reality. So a lot of these shareholders, they're like, oh, we saw what happened to SVB. We saw what happened to this bank, right? Signature Bank. Let's get out of these other regional banks. Let's not hold their stocks. And that's why everything is collapsing right now. There's a lot of uncertainty. So what do you guys think? I mean, this is crazy stuff going on. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. I mean, at this point, I would not touch any of these banks. Obviously, I don't think, and the reality is, the Fed will probably, bail out as many of the banks as they can. I mean, it's the Fed at the end of the day, guys. They protect these big banks, these institutions. We've seen them bail out all these institutions in the past, a lot of them at least, right? So I think they're going to bail them out. We'll see if is the taxpayer going to be hurt. The Treasury, Janet Yellen saying no. We'll see how that ends up going, guys. But look, that's what's going on. A lot of these banks are crashing as a lot of other stocks are doing pretty well out there. We have the silver stocks doing well. First Majestic Silver is on fire. Today it's up 12.5%. Coinbase is up. Palantir is up on the day. Look at Coinbase bouncing right off of that 48 to $50 level that we talked about. Now it's up to $60 a share. We have Palantir ripping off of the $7.50 level of support. Now it's back over $8. It's not quite yet out of the woods, but it is now testing the moving averages on the 4-hour chart. Maybe it does end up breaking out towards the mid-8s. Maybe it goes back to $9 on this chart. We'll see how that ends up playing out. Roblox is bouncing on the day, guys. We have that up 4%. Looks like it's trying to break out of the neckline of the Head and Shoulders here, which you all can see. That's at about $40 to $41, right where we are now. So this is one that I'm looking at actually very closely here. Let me set my alert at, let me put it at, let's say $42. If we break out of 42, we might get a big leg up back towards the mid 40s, maybe even higher here on Roblox. So that's pretty much it for the video, guys. We talked about everything that I wanted to get across here. The markets are doing well. Now the Russell just went green. So all across the board, it's great out there, but there's still a lot of risk with these banks. The banks are not doing well at all, and they're probably going to continue to suffer, at least in the short term, as we do have all of this uncertainty. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Hit that like button. Check out the Patreon if you guys want to be a part of my Patreon portfolio. If you guys want to see me build that, be a part of the Discord, see my charts throughout the day, my thoughts throughout the day, all of that's on Patreon down below. And don't forget to get up to 17 stocks for Moomoo. Once you open up an account using my link, you get a free share of stock right off the bat. If you deposit at least $100, you get another 6 free shares of stock, which totals 7 stocks if you deposit at least $100. And get this, if you deposit at least $1,000, you get another 10 stocks, free stocks, totaling 17 stocks. So yeah, if you guys want to help out the channel, also get some free stocks, who doesn't like free money, use that link down below. And with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.